Hi y'all, welcome back to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. Today, yes, you've seen the title, I am going to be making some apple butter jam. So if you're interested in wanting to learn how to do that, stay tuned. Okay y'all, so I have a tray. I did have a tray full of apples, as you can see, and what I did was I used this little gadget because it was just a lot of cutting. I wasn't going to do it, but I saved some of the cores. We'll be rinsing this stuff off, and I also saved, I got a lot of the apples right here, and I think it's about 40 apples, and then I will be coming over here and putting it into my little slow cooker that I have right here. Now if you have one of these, yes, you can slow cook these, because I'm going to slow cook it and make my butter jam off in here, and while that's getting hot, then I'll be doing my water bath technique, so that way I can put them in jars. Okay, so stay tuned and we'll get done, and I'll be able to show you each little step on what I'm doing. Okay, now that I got all the apples cut up and everything in my slow cooker, I put a cup and a half of water, so that way it won't stick to the bottom of it, and I put 2 teaspoons of cinnamon in here, and I'm going to set the temperature to about 275, and so it can get to a boil. In the meantime, you're going to mix all this up, and after you get it mixed up, it should look like this when you have everything mixed up. Now the apples that I chose, in case I didn't tell you, I used a Gala, and I used Honeycrisp apples. The sweeter the better. Okay, and I'm thinking it's about maybe 4 pounds of apples, so that's the reason why I used 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, and that's what it was looking like, and I'll show you what it'll look like after 2 or 3 hours. And I will be stirring occasionally because you don't want it to stick. Okay? Okay, so this is 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours of slow cooking time, and it just smells so good, and it looks good. Okay? And it's gonna carry over to tomorrow, so we're gonna just keep watch. And in another 2 hours or so, I'll come back. Stay tuned. So after 10 hours cooking slow, you'll have your apple butter. Now, I've seen people use a miniature blender, and that's fine too. But I wanted mine to be thick and have some little apple chunks in there. And I think that is beautiful. So after those 10 hours, I decided that was going to be the consistency that I want it to be. And I already got my pot over here. As you can see right here, I've got my water boiling. I've got my half pints in there, sterilizing and everything. And I will come back to show you how I fill the jars and put them back in the water bath for the 10 minutes. And that should wrap everything up. Stay tuned. And after you got it boiling, and it is finished boiling, you wait till it simmers down before you take your jar out. And while they're hot, this need to be hot as well. So I scooped some out and put it in there until it'd be easy for me to pour into my containers. Okay. And we'll proceed to the next step. Okay, now that your container is hot, you want to put your top on here. And you want to put your jam in the top. It's kind of thick, so you gotta work it. And yes, it is hot, y'all. And while it's in there, to get the air pockets out, I use a chopstick to get the air pockets out. Okay. And then, after you do that, you get your lid and the boiling water. Before you do that, sorry. You want to make sure, do not do what I just did. You want to make sure you wipe the top off. So that way you can be good and clean. Okay. Then you get your lid. And set it right on top. And then you get your top. You stick it on there. And you do it finger tight. And you set it to the side. And I'll be back to show you the rest of them. Now after you put your lids and everything on your jars, you're gonna put them back in the counter, in the water bath. You're gonna turn your stove on high, and you're gonna let it come to a boil, and then you're gonna set your timer for 10 minutes. Now after your time is finished with the boil, let it simmer on down before you take them out. And you have to be very careful. As you can see, the water is simmering on down. So there you have it. Apple butter jam. There you'll leave it for 24 hours. And they all should have their little pop, 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 pop and seal. Did you hear it? And after, take the lids off the seals. Label it. Make sure you label and put the date on it. And then it'll be complete. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for channeling in on L&L Honeycomb Homestead. Until then, I'll be back. Thank you. Bye.